Yo, what's going on, everyone? Hope you're ready for some Season 32 action. It is opening night here on CTL's Sunday Primetime. We're still getting our players settled. We do have one that will be 5 to 10 minutes late. It is already 8 minutes past, but it's a side point. I do want to check volume levels, so please, if the music is too loud, please let me know. I have switched from Spotify over to Apple Music, which, by the way, Carl Casey of White Bat Audio is all up in Apple Music as well. All 55 White Bat albums are over there, and they are all currently in this playlist. But we're going to wait a few minutes to have the players get going. We have a technical issue on one side, and players late on the other side. Let's do that. Actually, you know what? While I'm thinking about it. And Mitch. Hydrant, Dude 8, Winterra, Kitty, and Crabrangoon _24, and TetrisTime _. There we go. So, yes, all 55 albums. with the last one released this year even. So, there you go. You know what? I just realized I don't have them all in here. What the heck? How did this happen? This has got to get fixed. Yeah, Apple Music is kind of jank, I'm not gonna lie. Okay, it worked this time. But yeah, I mean, he's just a music machine right now. Tetris cannot Tetris without Tyler. There's a lot of things that Tyler can do. And they're all very good, I'm sure. Okay, did this work? Let me find out. Scroll. 30s, 40s, 50s. There we go. I got all 55. The only thing, though, is that I can't figure out how to get Apple Music to download them. We'll figure it out. It'll just play online if it's one of them anyway. All right, let me find out what's going on with our players. We have a Scuti, who is casually sideways yet again. Alright, so it looks like we are just awaiting the arrival of Alice, aka Knight, So hopefully we'll be ready to go in a minute. So Crab, you are a third tonight, I believe. Let me just make sure that I didn't get the orders. Yeah, you're third. So, in the Super Showroom, when it's, I'd say like when they're on game 3 of the match before yours, go ahead, get set up with your Ninja Cam and everything, and have all the links sent, and be waiting in the NTC room, which is posted in there. Is the random metal song still in the playlist? I have not removed any songs from this playlist. So if there's a random metal song in there, it's still in there. Yeah, honestly, I sometimes wonder if that's not what he's doing. Like, running something through some kind of AI music generator and then just putting polishing touches on it. Or if he's actually... I say actually, like I don't believe it. I kind of do believe it. If he's actually that talented that, you know, he can just drop music like this because he's very comfortable with the synthwave playstyle. Synthwave / terror / whatever he calls it. Which, to be fair, I have known a lot of musicians in my time that can just kick out music like it's nothing. And it actually sounds fairly good. I particularly enjoy some White Bat's songs. I still say I need to come up with a playlist of White Bat audio bangers. Should be here in a couple minutes. Yeah, she'll be here shortly, so. So hang tight. We'll get started when we have everyone. Tyler, I'm gonna tell you this now before you see them. I may have butchered a couple of your images for my purposes. Just know I did it out of love, and not because I don't like what you did. In fact, I very much appreciate what you did. It's only 2 images. Only two. I didn't touch anything else. And I left Adam's scenes alone. Like, Adam's like the GOAT for scenes right now for CTL, so... I'm watching Scuti warm up on 29 right now, and it's, I think the theme of what I'm watching is he can't keep getting away with it. Yet he does. Ah, you didn't get away with that 5-tap. Shout out to the folks watching over on YouTube. One of these days I'll get access to change titles. And the titles will make sense again. But until then, we'll just have to deal with it. Title on YouTube is updated. Let's go. Thank you, King. Also, is Arcadian still happening? I know that it hasn't in a while, but I don't know. Awesome. Yeah, that would be very helpful. Yeah, there's a pretty strong chance that I might have to go see a specialist this week for my ring finger that is, for some reason, not healing. It's just a sprain. Like, I got it x-rayed, it's fine. But it just isn't getting better. And it's been this way for like a month and a half now. Like, basically since the end of last season for me. Like, I figured this would have been long since healed, but... Alright, so it looks like we're still waiting on Knight. We're a bit past the 5 to 10 minutes, but it's okay. We'll get it figured out. Hopefully, we don't have to reschedule anything as a result, but you never know. But yeah, as soon as we get word that Alice is ready to go, we'll go ahead and get started with the intro. Bro is playing No Row 29. Ow! That was close. I keep checking to see if Alice is an NTC, and every time I do, it's like, oh, there's another play in here. Oh, wait, that's not Alice. Yeah, it's kind of funny because we have 3 people in the NTC, and none of them are scheduled to play each other. Does minimal work with the CTL scene? What do you mean by minimal? Do you mean the NTC scene? Because I don't think so. I think you're forced into the scene that is used for NTC matches when you're in someone's room. I'm watching Scuti play around with what I can only assume is tape, and I'm like, why haven't I thought of this? Like, oh my god, I should do this. Okay, given I don't know exactly what you're talking about, let me check it out. So I don't even see that option in my NTC, so I don't know what that is. No, you don't have to be in the room. But it's okay to be in the room. And if you're concerned about stats being recorded and whatnot, it will still record your games into NTC so that you can play them back later if you want to. King, check chat. If we want to move things around, we have an opportunity here. All right, so Scuti, we're going to move your match to number 2. Winter and Hydrant will go last if they can. Well, Alice isn't here, so we're going to run TetrisTime and Crabrangoon first. Yep. Go ahead and do that. Give us a few moments, folks, and I'll get things set up. So TetrisTime, you want to get into NTC, get your ninja set up, we'll get going. While that's happening, Kingsman and Tyler decided it would be a good idea that you get to see my face. What's going on, everyone? Welcome to CTL Primetime Sunday. We're about to kick off Season 32. We'll start in Division 2 tonight and move from there. We've got 3 matches on the docket. Check those out. Fix the division number there. And also, I spelled the name wrong. Oh my god, I am so bad at this. R-A-N. Got it. We're good. But we're going to have a couple first-time matchups this evening. Tetris Scorigami going on. First up, it's going to be Crabrangoon making a CTL debut, taking on TetrisTime. We'll follow that up with hopefully, with a Division 1A match with Alice taking on Blue Scuti. And we'll close things off with Hydrant taking on Winterra in another first-time matchup. Ooh. I'm actually looking forward to the Hydrant winner match. I think that's going to be... I think it's going to be something. So... Did a match not happen earlier? Well... I mean, matches are still scheduled, but we are awaiting players to go live here. So, like, right now we need... TetrisTime. Oh, he is in. What happened? My room froze. Well, it's working now. Let me go ahead and get the ninja cams in, and in a moment we'll switch over to the scene and watch some Tetris. You played 2 days ago? Where? As if it's not for ELO, I'm not counting it. I only count ELO matches in head-head. That is ELO, isn't it? How long have I been doing Primetime? That's a great question. It's been... Like, I was doing it on and off for a while. And then I just started doing it regularly. It's like, you can ask me the same thing with Deathmatch. When did I start Deathmatch? Sometime before the pandemic. I don't remember the exact dates. When did you start doing CTW? I don't know. We'll keep track of that. All right, looks like TetrisTime needs some assistance with calibration. Tyler, since you did such a good job with Crabs, you can help out TetrisTime too. He's in the general channel on CTL. My rolling is not rolling. Oh no. One of those days, huh? Well, that is very kind and sweet of you, Jennifer. Thank you. So we go from a bit of a late player to now a bit of a tech issue. And let's take a look at these divisions, because these divisions are, you know, they're fairly interesting. Of course, we have Alice and Blue Scuti scheduled to play each other. That division also contains the keyboard roller Akatu in Division 1. Critical Lapis and ID Kirby both making it back in. We're going to have Violet, aka Fluxe, making her Division 1 debut, and then the ever-dangerous Sanvon. Also going to be roughing up Division 1, I'm sure. Then we have Division 1B. We do have Hydrant and Winter playing that later. Hydrant survived Division 1 last season, and Winter is getting her first crack at Division 1, being only the 4th player in CTL history to come all the way from Tetris for the Non-Pros into Division 1. It's a pretty cool accomplishment there, if you ask me. They'll be joined by the reigning CTL and 2-time world champion Alex T. Coal Bucket and Cobra gonna get to renew their rivalry in this division. Peak Eric survived last season, taking out Dangler in the promotional playoff that he had to defend his spot in. And I tell you what, having defended against someone like Noah Dangler is just, oh, what? And he did it. So GG's to him for that. And then we have the returning Sidnev has taken some time off and is now back with a vengeance. And honestly is a real threat to steal a title away from the likes of Alex C and Blue Scuti and anyone else who decides to make it up the ranks. TT, your capture looks good. Let's get an Ninja Cam, we can get going. Hydrant says Winter 3-0'd me on Friday, 2 chase downs on kill screen, and an 18 top out. Well, warm-up is done, right? I'm just waiting on TetrisTime's Ninja Cam, and we are going to be underway. And we are right there, ready to go. Also, I should have the scene open somewhere where I can see it. That should work, right? Yeah, that's pretty good. I need more monitors. I only have 4. I can now ask my favorite question. What is the seed? Well, the seed will be coming in a moment. We will be incrementing the seed for Division 2. Let me make sure that TT is set up here, and then we'll get going. Okay, let's reset transform. There we go. Division 2 matchup. Crabrangoon taking on TetrisTime. Not only is this a first-time matchup, it's the first time I've ever called a match for Crab. And now you can get the answer to your favorite question. The seed is C61573. Boy, that is almost a seed that you can get an all-numeric seed from, but not quite. Because right as the C flips over to 0, the 6 flips over to an A. So no cursed... Well, I mean, it's CTL. All the seeds are cursed, but... But yeah, we should be ready to go as soon as the players get the seed entered. We'll get started. They were ready from Crab. And all 4 of the Ninja Turtles, I'm sure. Honestly, one of my favorite cartoons growing up. Although I think you could say that for quite literally millions of people. All right, we have 2 readies on the board. It's time. Let's kick off Season 32, Sunday night primetime with our first matchup between Crabrangoon and TetrisTime. Let's count it down. Game number 1 starts in 3, 2, 1. Tetris. We have an issue on the left side. We started on level 8. Let's go ahead, top out, and we'll increment the seed. Yep, perfect calibration. It read the level as level 8. We go to D7. Yeah, Tyler's basically one big misinformation campaign. All right. And cut. All right, both players are ready. Let's get underway with our Season 32 debut of Sunday Primetime. We'll start game number 1 in 3, 2, 1. Tetris. Let's go ahead and introduce our players. Starting on the left, making his classic Tetris League debut. Rolling out of the United States with an NTSC PB of 1,651,000. Welcome in, Crabrangoon. And on the right, a mainstay here in Classic Tetris. Rolling out of the United States with a PB of 5,427,000. Welcome in, TetrisTime. And TetrisTime just doing TetrisTime things at the moment. For most people, I'd be a little scared, but this is TetrisTime, and he's fine. We'll get this down, trust. See? No problem. But that does mean an early lead for Crab. He's up 91,000 to 38,000. And there's the Tetris for TetrisTime. Wiping the sweat off the brow. Relieved he didn't give an early gift. This TetrisTime, of course, looking to get back into Division 1. Came pretty close last season. But couldn't quite break into the top 2 to be able to make it in. But one thing I've learned about TetrisTime over the years is that there is absolutely no quit in this man. He will keep trying until he's back. A little bit of a burn situation for Crab, and that left side now has a bar dependency. It's going to take the Tetris, though, because you want to bring that board down, and then fills in the bar dependency after that. Crab's taking the lead, but only for a moment, and the moment's gone as TetrisTime bangs down Tetris, but I mean, they're trading back and forth right now. At the 50 line mark, it's going to be a real lead for Crab. Currently up 236 to 221. Not often that a debut player is in Division 2, I know. But from what I understand, it's well earned. We had a tie game at 61 lines. But Crab's going to take the lead as he didn't need to burn to get to the halfway point. TetrisTime did. Both players looking at an upper 500 transition should they continue on this pace. All right, looks like we're going to move some stuff around. Hydrant and Winter will be the second match. Alice and Scuti going to be the third. This one's starting off really close. Still within a Tetris. Bit of a drought, though, going on. Finally, the bar shows up for TetrisTime. He'll bang down a Tetris. Crab's like, where's mine? Well, there it is, but not to be able to use it for a Tetris, unfortunately. But does get things cleaned up. And it's pretty neck and neck. TetrisTime's up by 2 Tetrises, but he's also ahead by 7 lines, which means pace-wise, pretty even. Another Tetris for both players. So we're looking to have both players at over 400k at the 100-line turn. That's always a decent mark. Crab trying to deal with some pieces that aren't quite ideal. Let's get that right side open, though. Looking for a bar. We'll find that for the Tetris. 441 for Tetris time. 420. Hey, now. For Crab. So we start the countdown to level 19. Of course, we play 130 lines at this level. Then we go to level 19 and play 100 lines at that level. And when we enter the level 29 and the speeds double, we used to call it the kill screen. But now it's just another phase of the game. So much so that we had to invent a new speed at level 39. And should the players get that far, the speed will double again. Getting pretty close to transition. If there are no burns, Crab will have the lead going into transition because he's got more lines to work with. It's called like the thrill screen, the skill screen. 543 transition for Tetris time. Crab is already past that and still has another Tetris available. He'll go in at 565. Silly Shark and Chess like, I gotta face these players in CTL season? Latam internet over on the right side there. I'm sure that was not a simul Tetris, but whatever, we'll go with it. 645 for Tetris time, 641 for Crab. Trying to work out just how many burns that is between them, but kind of hard to at this level. Another Tetris for Tetris time, but he's now trailing in pace. Has a real-time lead, but as soon as Crab gets a Tetris like that, 720 to 699. Here we go. Level 22. Next slide, please. There we go. Got it. Setting up the Aki bar in the double well. Tetris time, looking for a long bar. It comes a little too late. He does get the Tetris with it, but had to upset his stack in order to do so. Now going to try to take this all out from above. Ooh, I don't know if he meant to put that bar in column 2. Both players kind of getting into a little bit of a spot as I think they both put the same long bar in column 2 and didn't mean it. But they're both clean up, and it is a 13,000 point lead for Crab here on level 25. So you're saying that, Tio, makes me want to come up with new names for level 29. Another Tetris max out for Crab. Tetris time only 7,000 points short of that. Another Tetris for Crab. There's the max for Tetris time. Ring those cowbells. Oh, a bit of a situation for Crab. A very nice burn there. It's going to bring this board all the way down. So what could have been a scare just turns into a little bit of a speed bump. 1,102,000 for Tetris time, 1,084,000 for Crab. Tetris time is into 29 at 1,138,000. And that's actually going to be the better transition here as Crab's going to go in at 1,121,000. Only a 7,000 point difference at transition. But we are off and running. TetrisTime looking to get this board down and start scoring. No, missing the spin there for Crab. Of course, at the speeds, I'm not entirely sure that players even go for them. But Crab's board climbing and climbing, and it's not going to come down anytime soon. That's going to be it. TetrisTime going to take the 1-0 lead. TetrisTime is not stopping. He's going to mull this out. Because honestly, it feels like this game is making a statement to all of Division 2. Oh, he's going to hang pieces on the right. But still, 1,420,000. Hey now. To 1,169,000. Hey now. Hey, if Omen was here, he'd be just going crazy with all the hey nows. Let's go ahead and increment the seed to E8. We'll get started with game 2. Comcur. Oh, what? Don't do that to me, TetrisTime. Come on. All right, we're ready from Crab. And there's a ready from TetrisTime. So instead of sipping this drink, I'm going to go ahead and get this started. Game number 2. TetrisTime up 1-0. We'll start in 3, 2, 1. Tetris. As I did mention before, this is a first-time matchup. Tetris Scorigami, I like to call it. But I feel that's only because just how new to the community Crabrangoon is. And honestly, I mean, you come in here, you're debuting in Division 2. I can't imagine, like, how much expectations do you put on yourself in that position? And how much pressure does that add to these matches? Honestly, I feel like in Game 1, didn't really do much. Crab looked sharp. And actually had the lead all the way up to just before 29. So, clearly a very skilled player. Handles the pressure. Taking on a player who has been in Division 1 before and making him work for it. Where was Crab? Hiding in a lagoon, obviously. TetrisTime trying to find the right piece for the right side to open it up, and we'll get the L over there. And then, I guess, kind of spiring on the left, but getting some good pieces to flatten that out. Doesn't go for the line spin there, or there. And just goes for the tuck. But does finally have to make a burn. Here in the early going, Crab's got a pretty strong lead, 94,000 points. Tetris for TetrisTime. TetrisTime has been struggling a little bit with the seed, but has the board back down to the bottom. Ooh, bad time for a square for TetrisTime, and a bad time for a drought too. Right side is closed off. TetrisTime scrambling at the top of the board here. My God, that delayed burn was frightening. Just barely gets the 5-tap. Still looking to stay alive, gets a bar over. That will take this board down. Still trying to get the board cleaner. Can't quite find the right burns, but does get the right side open. Will bang down a Tetris. He's like, well, the day's work. Another Tetris for TetrisTime. Well, now we have a missed 5-tap for Crab. Crab does have a 49,000 point lead at the moment, but TetrisTime has opened up the right side and is clean. And he's going to bang down a Tetris and try to get back into this one. Crab set up 2 rows off the bottom. Will get the bar and gets in for the Tetris. Crab waiting on bar, will find it. Another dirty Tetris on row 3. Set up a 3rd time. And there's the Tetris, and hits the long bar to fill in the right side. And look at this. Very nice plays there from Crab. Crab's got the lead at the turn, 399 to 344. 30 lines to transition. Long bar dependency for TetrisTime, but it's not a problem when the bar shows up. You'll get a Tetris. Waiting on this L here. Finally it shows up. Kind of does a reverse key tuck with it. Very nice placement on the bar. And we'll bang down a Tetris. So looks like it's going to be Crab's lead here as he's set up in column 8. Bangs down a dirty Tetris on row 2. And TetrisTime's board getting a little dicey before transition here. If he can't get this board down in 4 lines, we're going to get the... What? Oh, no. That was definitely a misdrop. That bar just kind of like... It rotated, but it dead dropped. They set up for dirty Tetris, and there it is. Dirty Tetris for TetrisTime. Doing TetrisTime things. Like... Why did I doubt? I don't know. 548 for Crab, 500,000 for TetrisTime. Crab also behind in the line count as well, as TetrisTime had to play up pretty high earlier. And that does tend to give you more pieces faster. Oh, bit of a misdrop. A bunch of misdrops for Crab. Crab is in trouble, needs a bar, and Crab's just going to throw in the towel. So TetrisTime, you have a chase down. You need 559. Oh, God. Oh, God. Is he going to chase this down? Okay. Opens up the right side, needs a bar. And there it is. TetrisTime takes a 2-0 lead. GG. Tried a line spin, I don't know. Alright, so we'll increment to F9. Yeah, it's like I always say, TetrisTime, T-spin requires 2 things, and you didn't get the first requirement, which is the T. Alright, looks like we're just waiting on TetrisTime here for a moment. Oh, we got 2 ready, so we're going to go ahead and count this down. Game number 3 between Crab and TetrisTime. It's crunch time for Crab. We'll start in 3, 2, 1. Tetris. All right, underway here in game number 3. You know that TT would love to throw up a 7 on the board early on in the season. Crab has not made it entirely easy. Crab has been playing efficient Tetris. In fact, at times has had better efficiency than TetrisTime. But the difference so far is TetrisTime survival. We're getting some CTL facts over in the Twitch chat. Since the return of CTL in Season 18, there are 4 players who have won the Most Aggressive Player Award 3 times. Blue Scuti, Sidnev, Alex T, and of course the 4th player is on the right. It's TetrisTime, and he's won it the last 3 seasons in a row. We definitely saw a little bit of that aggression a little earlier with that level 19 Tetris. That dirty one that was down the middle. Players are not happy with this piece sequence, and it is a close game to... That's a Tetris for Crabrangoon, but has a hole, a pair of holes on row 4. TetrisTime will take the lead while those holes get addressed. 218 for TetrisTime, 199 for Crab. You know, it's kind of funny, though, because I look at that stat, and, like, I can place those 4 players into 2 separate categories, with Blue Scuti and Alex T in one, and Sidnev and TetrisTime in the other. Whereas Alex T and Blue Scuti are aggressive because they can play higher than most players, so they allow themselves to get higher, and their play when they're high up on the board looks very efficient, if not aggressive. Whereas Sidnev and TetrisTime, you often see them get kind of in trouble towards the top of the board, and routinely get out of it. Usually with a Tetris or some kind of other ridiculous play. There's like 2 different styles of aggression, and they're both fun to watch. TetrisTime not able to resolve that right side, so now it's going to be digging. It does have a nice flat board to work with. Well, I say that, and that square showed up, but fortunately, good pieces after that. Means he'll get the right side open. 383 for Crab, 346 for TetrisTime. TetrisTime up 2-0 here. Looking to close it out. Miss 5-tap for Crab means that we're scrambling towards the top of the board. There's the 5-tap. Long bar will come in for some relief, but this is still not safe yet. Some nice pieces coming here. And they are placed in the correct positions. Just need... Oh, hold on. Nope, things get a little out of hand here, and a missed drop there. Oh, and the missed 5-tap is gonna do it. TetrisTime is good. Is gonna take it 3-0. He is not gonna play it out, but we will send it on over to the winner scene. There he is. Nice shirt. TetrisTime. Now it needs to clean his bed. Up next, I have to check because it's changed like 3 times now. It's Hydrant Dude taking on Winter. Stay tuned. I haven't received word that anything is canceled yet, so... Want to give a shout out to Supermark64 for claiming one of the 38 remaining contribution codes over on the Matcherino, bringing our prize pool up to $100.94 for our Division 1 friends. And if you haven't yet, head on over to Matcherino, use the exclamation point Matcherino link, like Supermark did over in YouTube. And then head on over, sign in, use one of the very many number of ways to log in. I use Google personally. And then literally click on the button that says redeem code. Like, that's it. You do that, you put 25 cents in the prize pool. We have 37 of those remaining. And if you're so inclined, you can also put some of your hard-earned cash in there. The players will get it. We have, over the past few seasons, grown the number of incentives that we give for players. First with a $25 prize for the player that is in first in their division. There are 2 divisions, so that's 2 prizes. And then last season, we implemented the stretch goal of paying out everyone in the playoffs. That's all 8 players that make the playoffs. If we hit $2,000, I imagine we're going to do that again. And yes, we all see your board. I bet the rest of you want to see it too. There it is. We got Hydrant on the left, Winter on the right. Let's find out from these players if we're going to get any 19 today, and whether we will increment or re-roll the seed. For 18-19, players must agree on 19 for 19 to be an option. And then for the individual games, players will choose 18 or 19. But for seed, you must agree, and if you can't agree, then we flip a coin. And by coin, I mean we ask Classic TetrisSpot to come up with a random heads or tails. I saw that SL start on Hydrant, dude, on the left side, and the only thing I could think of was TSD stacking for score in Modern. That would be a great start for getting your columns 8 and 9 going, or 7 and 8 going. Winter doesn't care about seed, but no 19, so Hydrant, up to you. Are we going to re-roll or increment? Increment is good, so here is your seed. 3A, 8-7, C7. So we had a CTL debut in the last game. We're getting a Division 1 debut in this game. Hydrant's ready to go. Yeah, there's a lot of different PB types that people track that aren't in the bot, but really the bot is just for like general overview of the player when every streamer needs to get some data on them. All right, both players are ready. Let's go ahead and kick off our Division 1 matches with our matchup between Hydrant Dude and Winterra. We'll start game number 1 in 3, 2, 1. Tetris. On the left, we have a roller out of the United States with an NTSC PB of 2,364,000. Welcome in, Hydrant Dude. We might be having a tech issue here. Let's see what's going on. Before we call it, please keep playing. I don't know if this is something that's fixable. Really? Oh shoot, I just closed something I didn't mean to close. Oh yes, please top out. Both players, please top out. We're on the wrong seed. So Winter, you were correct. What you weren't correct about, though, was the seed. So let's go ahead and update the seed. We'll move to 4B. I'll give the full seed in chat since you're going to need it, Winter. How did you get on game 3 of the last set's seed? Like, what the heck? Oh, who pinned a seed? I didn't do that. I bet some lazy mod did it and then went off to get some chicken nuggies or something. All right, so we'll start with 4B87C7, which Winter does have in there now. Let's go ahead and get this counted down. We'll kick off Division 1 for Season 32 with a matchup between Hydrant Dude and Winterra. And as soon as I find what I did with the start button, we'll get started. Well, there it is. Let's go ahead and get this counted down. Game number 1. Start in 3, 2, 1. Tetris. Kingsman says, actually, it was cake and milk. All right, fair enough. Let's go ahead and introduce the players. Starting on the left, roller out of the United States with an NTSC PB of 2,364,000. Welcome in, Hydrant Dude. And on the right, making her Division 1 debut, she is also a roller out of the United States with a PB of 2,131,000. Welcome in, Winterra. As we're starting off here, fairly even game, only one burn. Well, now it's a dead even score, 70,680 each. And now it's 93,480 each. An extra single for Hydrant. We'll stop the ties, at least for a moment. The winner has looked very impressive the last 2 seasons in Division 2. As a matter of fact, back in season 30, she did well enough to earn a promotional playoff. She ended up having to go up against Cole Bucket. And if I recall, Cole took that in a decider. So a very close matchup there. This season left little room for doubt. And even though this is a first-time matchup, she does have a win in Stack Fox. But stakes a little higher here. We got a Division 1 prize pool, got a opening day, first ever CTL match. See if Hydrant can try to take advantage of the circumstance, or if Winterra is going to repeat. 289 for Winter, 233 for Hydrant. So far, very strong game for Winter. This is 600-able at this pace. Jedi Evan says there's not CTL without some seed confusion. Yes. Well, in the first match, we actually had a player start at level 8. So I feel that's more of a CTM thing, but hey, it happens everywhere. Tetris for Hydrant, trying to get back into this. Only down by a Tetris and a half, but winner with a, I won't say a very healthy board. That is a big spire of pieces on the left side. Whoa, hold on. Hydrant. This stack turned into Swiss cheese in short order. Let's see how he chooses to respond. He does have a Tetris set up after taking this double. And will get that dirty Tetris. And might just continue doing this for a while until the holes open up naturally. Nope, he's gonna try to get this down. So Winter taking an even bigger lead here, 453 to 383. Even though Hydrant got that Tetris, this is going to take an effort to bring down. Hydrant, of course, has definitely had a journey in CTL. I recall 3 seasons ago, back in season 29, he picked up a win, just a game win, in a match over Blue Scuti. Turned out to be the only game that Scuti would lose all regular season. And then he ended up getting demoted out of Division 1, but made it right back. Ran over Division 2 in season 30 and was back in and fared very well last season. I believe it was a, I want to say 3-4, but I don't remember exactly what his record was, but safe from any type of relegation. There's the 601 for Winter going into level 19. Hydrant gonna score Tetris. He'll go in at 509. So a 92,000 point lead for Winter. And traditionally, Winter has been a powerhouse on the level 19 speeds. But these days, she's a powerhouse at pretty much all phases of the game. You don't make it to Division 1 if you're not. Hydrant trying to get open, gets that right side open, looking for a bar. There it is for the Tetris. Running about 2 pieces apart. Winter slightly ahead in the piece sequence. Winter has extended this lead quite far, 115,000 points. As a short drought there, doesn't bother either player. They don't even take a safety burn, they just wait for the bar, get the Tetris, and move on. Ooh, a bit of a rough sequence for Hydrant, but a nice burn with the T there opens things right back up. Bang, Tetris. Well, Winter's turn to do a little bit of a dig here. Ooh, missed double flip there for Winter. Normally, the rollers have the opposite problem. They double flip when they don't want to. But she didn't flip when she wanted to. And the board kind of stabilizing here. That's a dirty Tetris setup on the left side. But unfortunately, she has to cover it in a whole bunch of LJ dependencies. Does get things cleaned up. Is set up for the Tetris. Misses a tuck, but ooh, gonna go ahead to clean up the missed tuck. Hydrant has taken the lead by 119 points. And oh, that could be fatal. She's not gonna get the 4-tap over. Hydrant, you need 1 line. And there it is. Hydrant will take a 1-0 lead. All right, we'll go ahead and increment the seed. I believe we are now on 5C. Anna's ready for a comeback here. We'll see. I just want to see more Tetris. Like, that's what I want. I mean, I don't think I could go back and point at any one particular thing that doomed Winter there. It was kind of like a combination of a couple things. But I mean, Winter was playing very efficiently up to that point. I mean, you look at the score, 921 into 27. You're looking at very close to 1.1 if you can Tetris out from there. We have a ready from Hydrant. Nerves. Yes, they're fun. There's a ready from Winter. Let's go ahead and get counted down for game number 2. Hydrant up 1-0. We'll start in 3, 2, 1. Tetris. Nerves are so hard. Yeah, I can kind of relate. Okay, I can more than kind of relate. Like, it's actually been a problem for me in the past. I feel like I've gotten better over time with it, especially since I switched to rolling, because if you have, at least for me, if I have nerves while I'm rolling, I lose my mechanics on the spot. Like, I cannot play with nerves. Whereas when I was keyboard tapping, I could do stuff with nerves. Oh, interesting spin choice there. That sets up a Vitz for Hydrant. He gets a Tetris first, but fills in the Vitz. That was like 200 IQ right there from Hydrant. Very nicely done. Kind of funny, because like even after he did the spin, I didn't quite see the vision until, oh, there's a Vitz there. 162 for Hydrant, 147 for Winter. Pretty close start to this game. Not enjoying that S piece, so the game gives him another one. Hydrant having a burn here, so Winter will take the lead off this. Oh, okay. There's a dirty Tetris for Hydrant. So only a 1 Tetris lead for Winter here, 216 to 192. Oh, a quick cleanup there for Hydrant. So Tetris for Winter. Hydrant will score one there as well, approaching the halfway point of level 18. And once again, Winter looking for a 600k transition. Pieces are not cooperating, though. Hydrant is getting back into this. He just needs a bar. We're at the halfway point. 290 for Winter, 288 for Hydrant, and Winter has to use the bar to clean up, whereas Hydrant scored a Tetris with it. Just get the right side open again. Covers well just as the bar shows up. Classic Tetris at its finest there, folks. Winter solidly in control. Gets things cleaned up, banks down a pair of Tetrises. Hydrant ahead by 34,000. Still a close game number 2 here. Hydrant with a little bit of a dirty board. That's only a triple. Does open up the right side again. Winter has hold within 19,000. She bangs down another Tetris there. This one's been back and forth. Another Tetris for Winter. I was also a keyboard tapper, so I think that's a little easier than laying on a controller tapping, especially since I was using butterfly style. But I've literally not played a serious keyboard tap game since I maxed out with the style. The max out was my switch to roll. 518 for Hydrant, 534 for Winter. So Winter with a slight lead, less than a Tetris there, is a line spin for Winter. Someone call Van Dweller. Another Tetris for Winter. We're about to hit level 19. Winter does have the lead. Hydrant has to burn in 524. Winter looking for a bar. He's not going to wait. Just going to take the triple. 564. 40,000 point lead. That was a wise move as we got a 20-piece drought entering into 19. Winter playing safe and still has the lead for it. Hydrant cleaning up a row there, but otherwise all right. $669 for Winter. Hey now, $662 for Hydrant. Winter still about a Tetris ahead in pace. As both players having to take burns here, another drought forming. Oh, how long is this one going to be? Well, same as the long one earlier, 27. Ooh, couple of misdrops there for Hydrant. That's going to set him back. You see, he just burns it all the way down. Handles things down there. Tetris for Winter, 771. Hydrant, 716. Winter is clean. Hydrant is about clean. Hydrant gets some perfect pieces there. Just cleaned up that situation nicely. Hits the bar. We'll get the Tetris. Winter's turn to do a little bit of burning. I think it's turning into more than a little bit of burning. But she's nice and low on the board. Nothing dangerous here. Gets that right side open. Now looking for the bar. She's still got the lead here. Tetris for Hydrant, but Tetris for Winter. Winter is up by 53,000 points around level 26. Another Tetris for Winter. Hydrant trying to get that row 6 burnt away, but has to put more pressure on top of it. Does finally get everything burnt out. Has the right side open. The Winter has opened up a 114,000 point lead seemingly out of nowhere. Winter misses a 5-tap. Winter misses 2 5-taps. The first one wasn't bad. The second one's a little scary. And you can see what Winter's doing here. Winter is not trying again. She's going to bring it down, and now that she has no more rows to burn, she's going to try and get that 5-tap over, followed by the next one. So Winter knows how to handle that situation. She goes into level 29 at 972. Hydrant's in at 949. Here we go. Level 29. Winter set up, gets the bar, gets a Tetris. 43,000 point lead for her. I think Hydrant might have gotten one in there too, judging by the score. But both players cleaning up. Hydrant might be setting up center well here. He's got it set up, but just burns it right down immediately. Focusing on survival rather than aggression. 1,045,000 for Winter, 1,005,000 for Hydrant. 40,000 point lead for Winter. Both players just having to take triples rather than Tetrises. No one has really gone terribly aggressive here. Winter with another triple, but Hydrant set up in column 8, looking for the bar. Stay set up, gets the Tetris. He's within 5,000 points. But Winter strikes right back. Winter missing a 5-tap left. That could be trouble. This is a lot of trouble. She's going to miss another one. Hydrant, you're in a chase down. You need B. Well, you need what you have. It's 2-0. That last Tetris for Hydrant. Gonna seal it. All right. So game number 3 coming up. Very spirited game number 2 there. I don't know why. Well, I do know why. Nerves. But that game number 2 winner is nothing to be ashamed of. Of course, we'll go ahead and increment the seed up to 6D. Not 6-0, 6D as in David. Or D as in 1.3 if you prefer. We have a ready from Hydrant. Trying to come down after a rough game at number 2. We have a ready from both players. Let's go ahead and get this counted down. Game number 3. Hydrant on the verge of a sweep. Can winner pull it back? We'll find out in 3, 2, 1. Tetris. Where is this early bar? Both players having to take at least one burn, but I think we're going to see some more here. As we are opening with a 20-plus piece drought. And counting. Bars finally come, both for Tetris's. Hydrant was able to get a second one, but Winter had burnt more than he had, so she'll be waiting for another bar. And there it is. Tetris for Hydrant, Tetris for Winter. Did I just see that right? Winter adjusted a Z piece away from one position and into the next, a different position. And the next piece was the Z2, and then she just put it in the position that the first one was going to go to. Good management, yes. Our Winter having a bit of a... Oh, no, 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 no! 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 Okay. Wow, that was close. Still not out of the woods, clearly, but... Nice spin tuck there. Winter's just pulling out all the survival moves right now. Holy cow. What a survival from Winter after a couple of near fatal misdrops. She'll stay alive. We'll get the bar down the right side for a Tetris, and that only cost her about a Tetris and a half. I don't know about other players, but when I'm nervous and I do something like what Winter just did and get out of it, that's an adrenaline rush for me that usually is helpful. We'll see how Winter handles it. She'll get a Tetris there. We're halfway through level 18. It's 273 for Hydrant, 237 for Winter. And I've just been informed that this is the final match of the night. Oh, Hydrant. Now Hydrant's turn to panic at the top of the board. But does get the right side open just in time for a long bar. Because both players having some shaky 18 here. And surviving each of their situations. Both players opening up the right side at the same time. Winter is set up for Tetris. Hydrant still has to build up a little bit. He thought about that, Vince. You can see the wheels turning there, but adjusted out of it. Winner will score a Tetris. She's within a Tetris and a half. Gets another one there, but Hydrant will answer back that time. Another Tetris for Hydrant. From 100 line turn for Winter, she's got 344. Hydrant looking to go in at 400, but would need to get another Tetris to do so. And he just takes the burn, 379. So 13,000 point lead. This has gotten close. Another Tetris for Winter. There's a Corian thing. Like, you get a hole that's as big as a square, and you get an L, and you don't really want to put it upside down in the hole unless the next piece is a J. And vice versa, which that's what happened with Winter there. She got the correct next piece, and that's what we call the Corian thing. Tetris down the right side. Hydrant has some cleanup to do before 19. He's at 500,000, but Winter could steal this lead from him. But no, he's going to try to go aggressive, and we'll get the dirty Tetris into 19 at 526. Line spin again for Winter. And she'll go in at 485, just had to burn in, but gets an immediate Tetris. While Hydrant's still kind of cleaning up. Winter takes the lead. It's not much of one, though. 2,900 points. Tetris for Hydrant. Winter will answer back. It's the T-spin. Ooh, bit of a unfortunate piece sequence, but look at this. She's getting out of this quickly. Tetris for Hydrant. He's got the lead now. 592 to 567. That's less than one Tetris. Tetris for Winter. Hydrant scores, and Winter scores again. And now Hydrant keeping that 25,000 point lead going. But Hydrant kind of with a awkward board, but gets out of it with only one burn. Two long bar dependencies didn't look very fun. Tetris for both players into level 23. Winner adds another one. There's one for Hydrant. Still now 24,000 points. We're halfway through the level 19 speeds. Hydrant missing a 4-tap with the square, but... Oh, and misses the spin tuck. The square wasn't bad. The spin tuck, it's going to be annoying. I think he'll survive. Interesting double flip there. I don't know if that was intended. Doubt it was. But it wasn't terrible where it landed. Hydrant really is looking for a bar to get some relief on this board, and is just not finding anything. Bangs Tetris down the right side. This is neck and neck. 804 for Winter, 801 for Hydrant. Winter will score a Tetris. She's got the lead. Hydrant just can't seem to get clean here. Board looks mostly decent, but every once in a while it just has to create another hole. That's causing the board to climb. And with 8 lines left before transition, he wants to do exactly what he's doing now. Bring this board down. 9:15 for Winter, 8:30 for Hydrant. Those aren't times, those are scores. Level 29, 953 for Winter, 866 for Hydrant. Here we go. Hydrant's clean. Ready for a Tetris. Gets the bar, gets a Tetris. He's still 51,000 points back. Winter trying to figure out how to clean this up. Hydrant, column 4, bang Tetris. Back by 18,000. Winter set up. Gets the bar, gets a Tetris into the max out. 50,000 point lead for Winners. Both players kind of playing stack maintenance right now. Tetris for Hydrant. He gets a max out. Back by 20,000 points. Winner takes that triple. I think Hydrant did as well. Hydrant is set up again. Looking for the bar. Just takes the triple. And good time to do so because that is a drought. Hydrant's in a lot of trouble. Hydrant's going to top out. Winner takes game number 3. It's 2-1. So Winner getting their first Division 1 game win on the board. And honestly, I could watch these two play 29 matches like this. Well, let's make this a best of 99, shall we? All right. So, go ahead and increment the seed once again. Yeah, Cobra, this is the last match. Scuti and Alice got canceled. Just gotta think about it. Mind over matter. River ready from Hydrant. Winter gonna take a moment to collect herself. I see another coupon code got redeemed. Shout outs to the one and only Moodoos for dropping, well, not a deuce, but a quarter into the prize pool. We're at $101.19, and we still have 36 coupon codes left. Exclamation point matcherino if you want to get your quarter in there as well. Alvin's saying he doesn't see the sponsor quest link. Sometimes they don't have them. It's regional as well, so... But it's the contribution code that everyone should have. Wait, are we doing that third, King? Let me down for it. We have both players ready. Game number 4 between Hydrant and Winter. Winter on the comeback trail. Can she keep it up? We'll find out in 3, 2, 1. Tetris. Oh, all right. All right, all right. Tetris for Hydrant, but certainly not a traditional first Tetris, as he's one row off the bottom, and in column 1, get another one there. Now that would be a matchup of all time, and it's got to happen. Winner with a nice key tuck there. Keep the perfect run alive, but unfortunately no bar means no Tetris. And now things a little spicy. Oh, I love that L placement. Winter bringing this down. It is tied at 77,900 points and now 78,660 points. There's a bar down the right side for the Tetris for both players. Tetris for winner. Whoa, some very quick taps there for Hydrant, who's in a bit of trouble here. Needs a bar or something right. Gets the bar over for the triple. Misses the L left. Needs a bar now. Where is the bar? There's no bar. He gets a 5-tap, though. Is Hydrant going to survive this? No, he is not. He is done. We're tied at 2. That would have been exceptional had he survived that. That was... Man. That brings us to a decider. It certainly looked like a missed 5-tap. Hey, if you two want to do it, I mean, we got time. We'll increment the seed one final time, probably. Winter doing some final 19 checks here.8F. Let me check. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Yes, 8F. All right, we have both players ready. Let's go ahead and get this counted down. It's the decider between Hydrant Dude and Winterra. Who's going to take it? We'll find out in 3, 2, 1. Tetris. Nice fits there. Imagine Peak Eric bringing out his golf clap. It's both players getting into the rhythm of game number 5. Fun fact, this match coming up will be the first match for ELO between Ludus and Kingsman in over 6 years. They last played in Sharky's Classic Tetris Gauntlet in August of 2019. Oh, man. Moo won it in a sweep. I'm sure he'll figure it out. He's a smart guy. Six years, Tyler. And Token Chat says 2019 gauntlets are the same season as the one right now. Oh, jeez. Winter had to close off the right side of her stack. Now needs a... Oh, no, 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 no. No. Needs a bar. Where's the bar? There's no bar. Winter needs something. Oh, my God. Winter. What is the survival? Gets a 5-tap. Needs a bar. There's still no bar. And that's going to be it. Hydrant. Gonna get the gift exchange completed. And he will be good for game number 5. GG's. There he is. Let's put him the right way. There's your winner. Hydrant takes it in a decider. All right. Well, with that, well, would you looky here? We do have a third match. It's Division 5B coming up, as it's the fight between Kingsman and Moodoos. You're not going to want to miss this. Stay tuned. I'm pinging for this, by the way. Just to let you know. No, not Ava. Every time I type live, I get Ava. Because she's Ava's live. I mean, honestly, if you're going to replace the likes of Blue Scuti, how better to do it than to get the current CEO and the founder to fight each other? Somebody in the YouTube saying anxious for CTWC Brazil. So much work to give free money, I know. Clicking a link, oh no. Just waiting on Moodus's Ninja Cam, we'll be good to go. Yeah, you should be able to, like, contribute to the matcherino with your mind. What's King gonna do with it? Eat it? Right. All right, folks, this is a marquee match of Season 32. No, it's not Scuti and Alex. It's these two. Kingsman taking on Moodus for Division 5B. Yo, real? Yo, thanks so much for the $20 super chat over on YouTube. Coming from Alvin Vera. All right, let's go ahead and give these two a seed. Jeez. 6-3, 3F, 6-3. King happy about the super chat. Tokus's Kingsman age seed? No, and he's not up there yet. He's my age. And that age is not quite 63. All right, players entering the seed. Kingsman. Kingsman gonna take everyone on. Like that's what I'm getting out of this. Rama ready from the King. Moodus, hashtag stay hydrated. Is that still a thing? I don't think it is. You guys remember Hydration Bot? Those were times. No warm-ups. We'll see how this goes. I mean, you don't need to warm up as DAS. It's the whole point of DAS. With a GLHF from Kingsman. Let's get you a win before you lose to Brand later. I mean, King, where's your confidence? Here we go. Let's get this counted down for the first match. Well, not first match of Division 5B, but the first one for these two. It's Kingsman. It's Moodus. We'll start in 3, 2, 1. Tetris. Introducing the players that honestly need no introduction. On the left, the current CEO of Classic Tetris League, host of the Classic Tetris Friendly server, your MC for CTWC. He's probably even going to try to coordinate the Volunteers in San Jose again this year. He's a DAS player in the United States with an NTSC PB of a max outs. Welcome in, Kingsman. King's like, no. Not doing that again. On the right, we have ourselves the founder of Classic Tetris League. Currently playing DAS out of Australia. And he's got a PB. It's up there. It's 1,175,000. Welcome in, Moodus. And here in the early going, I thought maybe Moodus wasn't going to survive introductions, but did bring this board down. But that gives Kingsman a 79,000 point lead early on. Tetris for both players. Practically a simul Tetris there. Use the lead where it is. That would be over in the CTWC Discord. Yeah, it was so hyped to have you out last time. Mudu's missing a quick tap on the T there. Yeah, we had Tyler in San Jose last year. We're getting ID Kirby this year? I think that's pretty cool. I know Meme's already signed up. Kingsman's still in the lead with this board. It needs a little bit of assistance. Oh my goodness. Keeps making LJ dependencies. This is... Ooh. Alright, Kingsman. You need something left here. We'll get far over. Dependency game is kind of hurting him here. What goes left? It has to be a square. He gets the square. Oh my god, King is going to survive that. Yeah. But yeah, the list of people going, obviously Vince, Sharky, Zenpro, Bidwell, Ninja, Scout. Those are all the volunteers that are going to be there. Then we have Wallbant. Rose is going to return. ID Kirby. I'm going. Toast looking to go. Fractal, Dangler, the Artiagas, both going. That'll be the first time they've come out. Possibly Dangler out there too. That would be something. Any good motels? I am not familiar with San Jose, so I couldn't tell you. Kingsman 337, Moodus 259. Kingsman with that left well dirty Tetris. And so far, this has been a good game for King. Oh, misses a par left, but is just gonna get the next one over. Yeah, that wasn't a skill stop. That was a skill-less stop for King. Yeah, there's hotels all over the place. There's a college nearby, so... Tetris for Moo, trying to get back into this, down by 64,000. Does have 6 extra lines to work with. Kingsman is digging, so This lead might evaporate before 19 if King's not careful. This board getting really high. 10 lines to transition. Nice piece there. This board's starting to come down, but will it be enough? It looks like it could be. And now King will go in. Oh, never mind. He's going to miss a piece there. And now Moo's getting up high right before transition. King is in at 412. I don't know how much more King's going to get, though. Answer's not much. Moo, you're in a chase down, and they're not going to make it. Kingsman takes game number 1. There. Note to peek. There is your thumbnail. Ian Keith in chat says, nope. Pretty much. All right, we'll increment the seed up to 7-4. Chen says, please get to 29. Come on, let's not put too much pressure on these two. Who says this was a mistake? Uh-oh. Ah, it's only game 1. It was fairly close. See, a lot of my games in CTL are very much like the one that King just had, where it's, you know, kind of okay, and then you get to 19 and that's it. Not great. Oh, that link is incorrect. That's what it is. We have to change that to the Evergreen link over on YouTube, King. Why does that water look low-key scrumptious? Because you live in the south where it's humid AF and you need to stay hydrated all the time. Let me just take a snapshot of this real quick and make sure King sees it. I don't drink a lot of water either, but I'm not against it. So Kingsman putting Moodus on ice here. Moo is ready. And King is back. And we have readies for both players. Let's go ahead and get counted down for game number 2. We'll start in 3, 2, 1. Tetris. Moodus started, like, before I even started counting down. Like, what the heck? He's getting a jump on the King here. King, meanwhile, is like, all right, I'm going to watch you play, like, 20 pieces, and then I'll know when the bars are coming. There's a dirty Tetris for Moo. Kingsman with 81 pushdown points, followed by the misdrop of a square. Needs a bar here, and this is an early drought, but not a long one. He gets a Tetris. That happens to me every once in a while, Tyler. I'll get like a sub to a streamer that I've literally watched once for 2 minutes. Kingsman with the early lead, but it's a slight lead, 2,300 points. He's going to need to get this tuck or spin, and he doesn't get either. So Moodus will have the lead now. Yeah, meanwhile, you are actively watching a chatter, and there's literally hundreds of gift subs going out, and you just don't get one. You dodge every one of them. But no, you'll get that gift sub to that small streamer you watched for 2 minutes back in August. It's really weird how it decides who the gift subs go to. Well, 491 point lead for King. He'll get a Tetris there. Moo waiting on the long bar. There it is. He'll score a Tetris as well. Kingsman bangs down a Tetris. Moo will join him. Moo, not part of the Vits fan club, does not set one up there. You get a Tetris there. Oh, King in trouble, but does get an L. That will help. Still needs more to get out of this. The bar will open up the right side of the board. Still kind of jacked up. He needs a bar now. And he doesn't get it. He's done at 203. Moodus will tie it up at 1. AV Geek in chat says Moodus didn't go for the Vits. He's washed. Kingsman is deciding whether or not he wants to eat the controller, throw the controller, or love the controller. He's ready for game number 3, though. Who says time to lock in? All right, both players are ready. Let's go ahead and get counted down for game number 3. We're tied at 1. And we'll start in 3, 2, 1. Tetris. Why is he licking the controller? That's what that made me think of, Chad. Oh. All right. So early on here, both players, the pair of Tetris is on the board. Moodus refusing to drop the Aki bar. Does eventually get the Tetris as Kingsman. Gonna be digging. There's a hole in row 2, is a lot of weight on it. The start for Kingsman is not going as planned. 94,000 for Moo, 58,000 for King. Bit of a drought forming, but not a long one. Kingsman is back down to the bottom, only back by 3 Tetrises early on. That isn't a terrible deficit. But Moo is set up, gets a Tetris. Of course, this being a DAS versus DAS match, not going to see any crazy antics like we saw with, say, TetrisTime or Winter or Hydrant. King needing that bar, will find it. Needs another one for a dirty Tetris. Column 6. Row 6. And he's got the right side open again. No problem for the King. Moo staying clean, still scoring, gets another Tetris. King will bang one down. 71,000 point lead for Moo. Tetris for King. Of course, I'd be remiss if I didn't talk about the one match of theirs. I did mention that before in the previous match, but Moodus does have the head-to-head record all-time, 1-0. But that match came in August of 2019 in CT Gauntlets. I'm looking at, like, the King's record back then, and like, that was literally his 18th ELO match. Back then, now King was just a prince. But now both these players have a ton of experience on their sides. And already this match has played out differently. We already have a tie 1-1. Moo still ahead by 2 Tetrises now. King has closed the gap by 1. Where's this bar for Moo? He's set up, but can't find a Tetris. This has got to be a drought. I'm assuming Moo's drought counter is not active. There's the bar. It's a Tetris for Moo. 409. King's been at 354. And we're starting to get close to level 19 transition. Another Tetris for the King. And look at this. He's within 10,000 points. With a negligible line difference. Another Tetris for King and Moo set up. Looking for the bar. There it is. Tetris for Moo. And we're about to hit level 19 with the next Tetris. Just need a bar on both sides. You know what that means. Time for no bar. Moodu's not going to be a hero. He takes a triple, but Kingsman does get the Tetris. He's in at 474. 469 for Moodu's. Hey now. We are off and running on level 19. In King's case for the second time this match. King has a Tetris lead. Moo is trying to get this down and will succeed. Takes the triple. King with the Tetris on the right. He's got a big stack in the middle, but enough room to get pieces left and right when needed. Keeping that left side built up, but can't find any pieces for the right. That was quite the bad sequence for Kingsman. Nice pole vault there. But now Moo is in trouble. Kingsman's in trouble. And I don't think King gets any further. He's done. Moodus, you're in a chase down. You need to not do that. Kingsman is up 2-1. Missing the quick tap there. Could have saved the game and perhaps gotten the chase down, but Kingsman showing just how Moodoo's does the quick tap. But for the second time, Kingsman escapes, holding on after a tap out. That we can fix it by not doing, by not doing that. Exactly. Don't miss the quick tap. It's fine. All right. Toast, how's it going? Welcome in. Got it ready from King. And there's the ready for Moo, so we're going to go ahead and get ready and count down game number 4. Kingsman on the verge of winning, but can Moo stop him? We'll find out in 3, 2, 1. Tetris. Yeah, Toast, I don't know if you saw, the Artiagas have signed up for Genesis. As has Fractal and Dingler. Although Dingler is listed as likely. I would also imagine Alex T will sign up at some point, because he lives in the area. In fact, I think he said when we interviewed him at the end of Season 31 that he was going. Kingsman in trouble here. This is not good. Oh, that L will get over. The bar gets over. Oh my goodness, that play with the Z in the bar. The Z in the bar was just... Oh my god. That was perfect. I don't know if I would have seen that as fast as he did it. And King's gonna get this down despite the 20 drought. King of Digs and the King of Restreams. Another drought means that Kingsman's not going to be able to score, and Moodoo's has taken pretty good advantage of this. He's up by 3 Tetrises. A drought counter ticks into the 30s before we get a bar. Even Jedi Evans impressed. What a dig by the King. Now it's Moodoo's turn to tempt fate here. Ooh. Oh, that's a couple of rough pieces there. Gets a quick tap on the square, but not on the J. He had lost Das. He is done at 139. Kingsman, to win the set, you need 140. Kingsman's got his O face on. I mean, hold on, Moo, because this is King we're talking about. Although 3 Tetrises is not asking a lot of them. There's 1. There's 2. King making it look easy, just like the dig. I mean, that was an impressive dig, let's be honest. I still can't get over that Z bar, and there it is. Kingsman wins the battle of the CTL, folks. There he is. He's got a big old smile on his face. He's like, I'm not going back to TNP. I'm going to Div 4. We'll see about that, though. Division 5B looks pretty tough. GG's King! Yeah, he's going back to 4. He's ready. Yeah, because he's the whole effing show. He's telling you. Look what he's telling you. Yeah, he's yeah, got that CTWC mic going. We'll give him some airtime here. Voodoo says going 0-2 later today. I mean, you don't have to. Have you considered not going 0-2? All right, King. That's gonna do it for tonight, folks. Shouldn't have played with 2 minutes notice. Aw. I know the feeling. I've done it before. What? Give me a moment here. Well, there was a CTM stream going on, but it's finished. Might end up rating him anyway, I don't know. Let's find out if anyone's playing Tetris. Cobra's going for a 1.2. Say hi to him. Okay, over here. That's gonna do it for tonight. I'm hungry. I'm gonna get some food. I appreciate having you all here. Thanks for bringing that third game in on short notice. It was fun. And good luck later, Moo. Till next time, thanks again for watching. We'll see you next week. See you, bye.